An innovative leader in forensic science and dedicated mentor to dozens of UAlbany students with whom he works side by side, SUNY Distinguished Professor Igor Lednev exemplifies engaged scholarship. Dr. Lednev's research is focused on the use of laser spectroscopy for forensic purposes, medical diagnostics, and fundamental biochemistry. His accomplishments include the development of new and innovative approaches for the identification and characterization of biological stains, gunshot residue, hair, and other trace evidence recovered at a crime scene, and non-invasive early diagnostics of neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's.
Our company, Suprametric LLC, is developing now instrument which would use this technology in crime laboratory, and we are in collaboration with several crime laboratories, including New York State Police Crime Laboratory. Many crime laboratories, they don't do tests to determine the type of body fluid. They go straight to DNA analysis. But DNA analysis is time-consuming and expensive. This is why practically all crime laboratories have DNA backlogs, and some DNA evidence never come to the court.
When you're going to a crime scene, you have a limited amount of time there, and a lot of evidence is either challenging to find or very tough to differentiate. Probably a good example would be blood. You want to be able to get as much information from what is at the crime scene and collect the right amount, knowing that resources are finite. You can only collect so much. And the more sort of pre-analysis and screening you can do really saves a tremendous amount of time back at the lab. So what Igor and his students and colleagues have been able to bring is sort of that opportunity to do a pre-sorting in a non-destructive manner. Well, the biggest single thing to me was the fact that you could take something that looks non-descriptive to us and be able to add additional information, like how long the bloodstain has been there, you know, the sex, the age of the individual, all kinds of additional information without destroying that, just by really, in essence, shining really bright lights on it and obtaining absorbent information, letting the computer and bioinformatics do the work. Then in turn get it into the lab, and then we can do DNA and other confirmatory techniques.
Working with practitioners, and they could be forensic scientists or medical doctors, is absolutely crucial for us. And talking to them, both coming to their labs, and they actually come to our lab too, looking at how we are doing experiments. This is absolutely invaluable for us to develop more realistic understanding what they need. And this, of course, will allow us to direct our research towards those goals.
We are challenged with training and research, whereas that's his forte. He was challenged with actually doing the cases and the reality of here's how the research could be applied. And that's our forte. It's like strength meets strength. So we've really enjoyed the last 8.5 years, but really building on 10+ years of collaboration to not only provide opportunities for really enriched graduate theses and experience, where it's bringing students direct experience that in turn can assist them in gaining employment, which is evidenced by the 4 going on to 5 grad students from Dr. Lednev that are working with us. They're extremely well trained, which we really love because they bring a lot to the lab in the experience and the depth of capability they bring.
Dr. Lednev makes me a stronger scientist. He always is pushing me forward, asking me critical thinking questions. He never wants us to stop just at the expected. He always wants us to go forward and do more. He provides us with all of these options for awards and presentations and conferences. He's allowed me to even run the startup company he founded. So I've gone from just being a student researcher to a PhD candidate and a COO of a company, which is something I never imagined I would do at 26 years old.
For us in the crime lab to be able to work on cases and see the new technology and have an impact on that and kind of be able to add our experience is very rewarding to us, because one of our missions is not only to work with and use the best technology we have today, but we really want to develop the technology of tomorrow that's going to allow us to even do a better job with the evidence that we have down the road.
There is just no, we're just doing science in the Lednev lab. Anything he does is for some greater purpose, be it the forensics community, the medical diagnostics community, or even now I think we're doing some environmental science work.
Millions of people suffer from Alzheimer's disease, and if there is a chance to improve their lifestyle, to improve their life by delaying the development of the disease, I want to work even more to make sure that we do it as fast as possible in the best possible way.